Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today I'm going to show you the loot that I've received from 50 runs of Uldaman. And just a spoiler alert, I'm pretty happy with what I've picked up, but we're going to go ahead and complete our 50th run right now so you can see the route I take and I can talk you through what I've been up to. I'll catch you inside. Okay, I've set off my loot appraiser right here, everybody. Let's get into the run and we'll have a bit of a chat of what I've been up to when it comes to running Uldaman. Or Uldaman, I should say. Now, if you're wondering what speed set I've got on this particular toon, then check out one of my previous videos. Nothing's changed since I did my last video, which was 50 runs of Zul'Farrak. Now, Uldaman's a bit different. Uldaman's not really the dungeon you want to run if you're looking to fill up your auction house with a bunch of different pieces. But it is a great dungeon to run if you love a bit of a lottery, because this dungeon holds some pretty high valued pieces of loot. You have a very small chance of getting them though, that's the problem. So if you haven't got a large auction house, you probably want to hold off and go and run something like Blackrock Depths or perhaps Zul'Farrak or one of those ones. But I enjoy this dungeon. A lot of people run it because they're looking to pick up some of those absolutely mammothly expensive items like the Miner's Hat or even the Pendulum of Doom, which is probably one of the most rare items you can get in the game. Doesn't drop very often at all. So anyway, basically the way to run this dungeon that I find, and it took me a little while just to find a good efficient route because it's a little bit confusing, but the way I think of it is for the first half of the run I'm looking after the right hand side of the dungeon, and you can kind of follow along up the top right hand corner in the mini-map, but I'm sort of, once I get through, we'll grab this guy here, once we get through these little halls here, I then look to stick to the right hand side of the cave network, or the dungeon network if you like. Now I'm just going to aggro these guys and then I'll do them all at once, so I'll just run around here and grab them. And then on the second half of the run you kind of go ahead and look after the left hand side of the dungeon. So that's how I kind of got my head around it, as we grab some night sky armor there, a green 0.02 sale rate, or 0.02 per day. So I found that works pretty well, but like I say, it can be a little bit confusing as I take ages here to... It's a lot different to commentate and do a run as opposed to just running at flat stick, I can tell you that. It took me a while to get really efficient, but once I did, I can knock out pretty much just around about that 6-minute mark is what I can knock this dungeon out in. And obviously you need a speed set if you're going to do that, but as you can see here, I'm sticking right. If in doubt in the first half, turn right. That's what I decided to do. That's what I figured out. So every little option here, I could go left, I go right instead, and that keeps me on the right path to clear this dungeon the way I want to do it. So the first chest over here, so you go ahead and open that up right there, and we didn't get anything amazing in there, but they can, obviously, the chests have a higher chance of... let me go and do Tiger Dash right here to get ourselves up here, sticking to the right hand side. I jump over here, but yeah, those chests, they do have a bigger chance of dropping something unbelievable. I don't think I've had a lot of luck in the chest, to be honest. I go and clear pretty much everything in the dungeon. I think you'll see what loot I got. I've got a couple of decent items, and they tend to have drop off just normal mobs, but I mean, of course, they can pretty much drop off anything in this dungeon. But there we go there. As you can see, I'm still on the right hand side of the dungeon at the moment. Not for too much longer though. There's a chest that sometimes spawns over here, probably every 1 or 2 runs, every 2 runs probably. Here I am now moving across to the left hand side of the dungeon. So here's my last really sharp right hand turn. I always grab this bat right here, and then I move over, and as you can see up on that mini map right there, I'm on the left hand side of the dungeon now. So you can check that out and figure out whether this is a good route for you. Really depends. But there we go. I've got a lot more equipment right there. The blue equipment, the stuff that is not worth much, but once you've got it once, you've got it in your... if you want to change your appearance, and that's about it. It's pretty worthless. So, like I said, there's some pretty hugely expensive items in here. The Pendulum of Doom, which is one that I mentioned, that pretty much goes for gold cap. You don't see it very often. I always stop right here and grab these guys. The Miner's Hat's another one, and there's a couple other dungeon specific ones too that are floating around that are pretty interesting that I can't remember off the top of my head. But who knows, here we might get the lucky 50th. Look at those Renegade Boots right there, 0.04. That is a nice sell rate. So there are a few decent green items, don't get me wrong. But you certainly do not get the quantity of green items that you get out of some of those other ones like Razorfen Downs or Blackrock Depth, as I said before, it's Ulfarak. So for those who like playing the lottery though, this is a great little dungeon, and I'm taking ages to run this dungeon right now. Not very efficient at all. Too much talking. Anyway, I use my Tiger Dash from time to time to get around in between some of these longer stretches. I've sort of got it down to a system whereby I use a Tiger Dash at exactly the same point every run. Use it 4 or 5 times. There's a Sentinel Cap I picked up right there. We've got some Glyph Braces. I'm pretty sure I've got those. They're not worth very much. So here we are. You pretty much just follow the dungeon home now. We've got 2 major bosses left. 2 bosses. And of course, the last boss in this... oh, there we go. Look at that. Phalanx Shield right there. It is... I haven't got a sell rate on that, but it looks like it's pretty overpriced at the moment. There are 4 options on their house, so it'll be interesting to see. It's just very high priced on my realm, which is great. I love it when that happens. But yeah, so we'll knock over the last boss, and you've got to make sure you loot the chest at the back of the last boss. That's where you can get some really pretty good items. I haven't really got a heck of a lot of massive items out of there once again, but obviously other people have over the years. I really enjoy this dungeon though. Just the anticipation of potentially getting something pretty amazing. At the moment, only really starting to get back into things. So I think I've got about 700 auctions on the auction house at the moment. I'm getting pretty regular sales, which is great. But I probably shouldn't really be running this dungeon if I want to be efficient. I should be filling up the auction house by running, say, Wailing Caverns or one of those other ones that have a lot of good green items. But here we go. You got to click on this little thing here, wait for this guy to wake up and yell at us.
Who dares awaken Arcadus?
I do. Boom. See you later, mate. And here we go. The big chest right here. Are we going to have a lucky last 50th run and pull something amazing? No. It's the answer. There we go. RNG at its best, everybody. Right, let's go. Back to Stormwind. I'm going to put all my gear together. What we'll do for a start is we'll open the lock boxes that I've picked up on my journeys, and then we're going to show you all the loot that I've picked up in 50 runs of Uldaman. We'll catch you very, very soon. Okay, here we are, and you can see all the lock boxes that I collected during my 50 runs right there. So let's see if we actually picked up anything decent out of them. Let's check them out. Lucky dip, as always. Where are they putting it? Down here. What do we got here? Oh, I've already picked up one of those. Knight's Boots of the Fire Flash right there. Let's go through it. Knapsack's not going to be anything to write home about. We did get a Glyph Boots, which we actually picked up before, I think, on that run that we just did. Glyph Cloak. 0.01736, so I'll be ditching that. It's not worth much. Yeah, we've got a schematic right there, 63. Already got one of those, so nothing to get excited about. Once again, another pretty average Sorcerer Cloak. Oh, here we go. We have got the Skull Lance Shield. Now, that's got a market value right now of 23,000. It is 0.01, so it doesn't sell a lot, but no other auctions there, so let's throw that up. You never know. And then we've got the Sentinel Buckler there. That's a nice little one. I've already got it, so we won't get too excited. Pretty happy to get that shield. That's not a good sell rate here for this one, but I've already got 2 of them, so might hold on to it. Explosive Shotgun, I'm pretty sure I've got one of those. 0.04, but just 373 value. There we go, some Jade. Always happy to get some mats. The Jazzeraint Gauntlets, 340. Already got those. As you can see, starting to get some repetitive loot right here. I've already got one of those ones also. Oh, here we go. We have got the Deadwood Sledge. This is pretty decent. It's 20,000 buyout right now, so that's what it's selling for on the auction house. It does only have a market value average of 8.3 across the realms, but I'll take it. So those ones you just never know. I didn't see this enchant weapon right here either. Lesser Elemental Slayer, 0.01, so it doesn't sell very often, but Explosive Shotgun once again, another one of those. Justice Girdle right there, 12,000. Once again, another 0.01, but man, these lockboxes have been pretty decent. I've got to say, I'm pretty happy with that. Where did that Regal Cloak go? Right there. Not worth much at all. Well, these are probably some of the best lockboxes I've got. 3.3 there on the Huntsman's Belt, but already got one of those. Archer's Cap right here. 624, 0.04. Not too bad. And we've got a large knapsack, another regal cloak right there. We've got 2 of them. Another large knapsack. A few of them, they sell kind of, but not worth much at all. The last box right here, the Twilight Cuffs, 433. So we picked up a couple of pretty decent items here. I will add those to my other loot, and let's take a look right now at the best items that I got from Uldaman. I'll catch you very soon. Alright, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's check out the loot that I've got from my 50 runs of Uldaman. Here it is here. This is the best loot. I did get a bunch of greens that I have put on the auction house. Nowhere near as many as some other dungeons, as I mentioned, but still, I kept some of the bigger ones right here. There goes that Justice Girdle, which I just got out of one of those lockboxes before. So 12,000 buyout here on my realm with $9,000, 9,000 gold, I should say, market value. Here we go, Sacrificial Chris of the Aurora, 29,000 on my realm right now. It's only got a market value of 200 gold, sell rate is 0.06, so it'll be interesting to see. I think someone's taking the mickey a bit on that, but anyway, I'll take it. It's a good buyout. Once again, we've got the Mistcape Wizard hat right here. It's kind of cool. 0.02 is not amazing, but 18k market value, going for 10k on my realm, so nice little pick up there. 13k here for the Phalanx Shield of the Quick Blade. So isn't that the same as, oh no, that's that one we picked up before too. So 13k, so nice. So a couple of nice little greens sitting in there right there. So let's take a look at the blues. And we've got the Shoveler right here. 15,000, 16,000, 0.02. So, hey, it will sell eventually. 16k buyer, 18k market value, region value of 25k. So, slightly undervalued on my realm, but still pretty good. 5,000 here on the Polished Jazarin armor. Decent enough, but 0.01 means it's going to take a while. Here's another one, the good old Spirewind Fetter, 7.6 on my realm, 0.02, so it will sell at some stage. And a nice little Stone Vault Bonebreaker, 44,000 market value. It does have a region market value of 74k. That's probably where I'm going to put it up there on the auction house. And obviously no auctions there right now, so I'm very happy with that right there. We have got the Stone Vault Shiv, and actually got a few of these. For some reason I've got one in my bag, but as you can see I've got another 2 already on there, but 2.2, 0.02 sell rate. Here we go, we've got the Energy Cloak. It's not worth a heck of a lot. 0.02 means it will sell at some stage. It has a region value across all realms of 2.2 thousand, but just 500 gold here on my realm. 9,000 here for the Annealed Blade. I'm talking about the buyout, so that's what the it's selling for at the moment, and that's about where it is, where the value is, the market value. 0.02 once again, so that will sell at some stage in the next couple of months, hopefully. This is a nice one here, the Excavators brand, 0.04 sell rate, only 1,200 gold. It does have a region value of 11k, but undervalued on my realm there, just 1,200 gold, but still we'll take it. Now this one here, the Earthen Rod, is only 700 gold, so I've got one auction on there at the moment. It has a market value there in the region of 2.4, so nice enough. I think there's the other Stone Vault Shiv. We've got 2 right there, we've seen that. Here goes that Skull Lance Shield that we were looking at before. It does only have a market value of 4.9. I'll throw it up there around the 20k, you never know, someone might pick it up. 0.01 sell rate means we're not getting that excited about its chances of selling. Could take a couple months, could take years. We've got the Dreadwood Sledge right here, that's that other one too, 0.01. A couple auctions on the auction house, 20,000 gold value. At the moment, well, that's what it's the asking price is, only valued at 8.3. But here we go, everybody. The big loot drop for me in these 50 runs, the good old Jinsu sword, which is kind of the elite drop of the not super drops, but the next one down. Not a super looted item, but the next one down. It does have a 0.02 sell rate. There's 3 on my realm at the moment. 176,000 gold. You little ripper. I was so stoked when I saw this come up. Market value of 140,000, but it does have across the regions an average of around 200,000 gold. But no matter which way you skin this, it's a very, very nice loot. And I was exceptionally happy to see that drop. So let's take a look at the value in my bags of these items right here. Hopefully you can see it. 350,000 gold just in these items right here. Now that is market value. They may or may not go for those, just depending on what's happening out there. Probably slightly less eventually. But yeah, for Uldaman, I'm pretty happy about that because it is such a super RNG dungeon that you just never know what you're going to get. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen, 50 runs of Uldaman, some really nice pieces of loot right there. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new, and until next time, everybody, take it easy.